So, this is vlog number 2 in the series, and I want to start with a big expression of gratitude to those of you who have shown that you are very present with me in my recoverings, and thank you for that, and thank you for still being a support to me. That means more than I can put into words, honestly. Thank you. There's a bit of classical music playing in the background. I'm not sure how loud it's going to come through. Gets a little excited. Crescendos at certain points. However, since university, since taking piano lessons myself, I've adored classical piano. And I had that opportunity while I was staying with Mary and Frank. So that's my foster family out of Orangeville, and I always have big appreciation for them. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of start where I left off. For those of you tuning into the vlog series for the first time, I'm doing this vlog series to raise awareness of childhood sexual trauma and its onset. It is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. We're purple. My phone's kind of purple. And I'm writing in purple pen. So I'm reading records that were released to me from PLCAS as they were given to me. They don't include names, and a lot of it is very, very, very vague in my memory. And I will fill in certain points with memories I have that are my own and are my own truths. So, yes, I'm just going to begin where I left off. Actually, I'm going to turn off the music. During our involvement, you reported that one of your parents had hit you with a belt on a previous occasion. You made no other disclosures to suggest that you had been harmed by anyone. With regards to supervision, you reported that you were never left home alone. As child protection concerns were addressed with your family, the file was closed on August 16th, 2000. So, the individual or caregiver would be my father, and he would use that as a form of punishment, and I knew to anticipate that, actually, and was very fearful of his aggression and me being an outlet for that aggression. On December 28th, 2000, the Society received information which reported that an extended family member had observed one of your parents using drugs while you were in your bedroom. It was reported that 2 years prior, your parents had also hit you with a belt. It was reported that you were afraid of your caregivers as they spoke negatively towards you, and you had witnessed your parents punching holes in the walls. During our involvement, you made no disclosures with regards to inadequate supervision, substance use, or being physically harmed by your caregivers. As child protection concerns were addressed with your family, the file was closed on January 31st, 2001. I think it is alarming the amount of validity they take from an 8-year-old who's in a high stress, high trauma environment. My word is worth 1,000 words to them, apparently, and is very concrete. enough to continue to close the file repeatedly. On April 8, 2001, the Society received a call from Peel Regional Police, which reported that you had disclosed to your Sunday school teacher that you could not sit down as one of your parents had beaten you on the bare buttock with a braided belt. It was reported that the teacher had observed excessive bruising on your buttock and upper left thigh. During our involvement, you reported that one of your parents had beaten you with a braided belt because their partner at the time had said that you had wasted too much water the previous night while taking a shower. You reported that the partner had spoken negatively towards you at the time and had told you that your parent would punish you. You reported that you were afraid of your family members and that your parent had beat you on another occasion after you had wet the bed. You had reported that the partner had also hit you with a belt a year prior. Further, you reported that on another occasion, you were hit by the belt and another child had broken something in the home with a ball and that you were hit by the belt. The Society reportedly observed bruising on your buttock and thigh during this contact. So I was brought into the Peel Regional Police Station shortly after I showed my buttocks to the Sunday school teacher, and the only reason I ever released this information was because the child and me believed my babysitter at the time, Sonia, who is very close with my dad still, would be my caregiver mainly. This was absolutely false and didn't happen at all, which was a huge disappointment to me when I came to that realization that I would be completely removed from my family and any association with them. On April 8, 2001, you came into the Society's care and were placed with a foster family in Brampton until your placement needs could be further assessed. At the time, you reported that you had a close relationship with a family friend who babysat you and that you wanted to live with her. In moving forward, your family was encouraged to present a plan with regards to your care and also attend family counseling in order for the adults to improve their communication with one another and be more effective at co-parenting you. While residing in the foster home, you were registered at Northwood Public School. I remember this very well. I was in an African American home, Canadian, I suppose, and they cooked very, very spicy food, and I had no toys at the time, and I would make, which I've tried to remake, it's very tricky, little worms, and I would use highlighter, different markers, and pens out of whiteout, and I would just roll it and wait for it to dry, and I actually had kids in my class envious of them, so I should really, really get to making some more. On May 25th, 2001, you were placed within another foster home. However, the foster family was unable to support you around your emotional outbursts and behaviors, which included temper tantrums and screaming for extended periods of time. So this was when I was having my original flashbacks to my sexual trauma I experienced in the first foster home. I was also being excessively bullied by this foster family, in particular's son, and that was never brought to anybody's attention. He played the card that I was to be at fault, and I was removed from the home one day, surprisingly, when I came home for lunch on a typical school day, and that was really heartbreaking for me as well. On September 6, 2001, you were moved to another foster home in Brampton in order to stabilize your behaviors and reassess your placement needs. On September 25th, 2001, another move was needed as your foster parents had ended their roles as caregivers with the society. You were subsequently placed with a foster family in Mississauga, where you reportedly able to make a connection with your new foster parents, who were described as being strict but very loving, and expressed that you want to remain there on a long-term basis. This was the home I was at before I left for Mary and Frank's. They called me Sweet Pea. They even got me a bracelet engraved with that name on it. I was the youngest they had in a very long time. They were exceptionally kind to me, and I'm still very grateful for their kindness. And on May 9th, 2002, you moved, that's me, to Orangeville to reside with foster parents who could provide you with long-term care, as well as emotional supports with regards to losses and separations you had experienced in your life. As you had moved out the area, you were registered in the new school at St. Benedict's Catholic School. During this time, you could continue to attend play therapy with Miss Cameron. So I'll stop there and just note that I'll dive into the play therapy a bit more tomorrow vlog, and just kind of say that that was a big move for me. I remember just sobbing the day I moved, and Mary Byrne, her daughter Byrne, would say to me, "What's wrong with you?" I was extremely happy. They had a beautiful house. There was lots of kids for me to potentially play with, and I learned and grew a lot in that home. So I just want to make sure that's clear before we go any further with my histoire. Thank you for taking the time and tuning in and being present with me in my recoverings. Yeah, it's not very easy. Self-work is hard work, and I think that's something we need to value more in our society. So namaste and all the best to everybody. Thank you.